Hey, Algebra students, let's look at a tricky little twist on solving these 2 and 3 step equations. So it says a student solved the equation below incorrectly as follows. We have somebody's error. In which line did the student make an error? Now, this is super tricky because with solving equations especially, there's often more than one right way to go. So just because a student didn't do it the way you would do it does not mean that they did it wrong. So finding the error can be challenging in these cases. So I recommend, though, that the best way for me is to work it side by side just to kind of see what happened here. So let's look. Original equation says 1/2 of 3p minus 5 equals 2. And I see that we had 3p minus 5, and there's still 3p minus 5, which means that the student got rid of this fraction 1/2. Now, there's lots of ways to deal with that. I can think of 3 first steps that you could take here that would be good first steps if you were solving this equation by yourself. But it doesn't matter what you would do in this case. We got to look at what this student did so we can see if they did something that was illogical or logical. So they clearly just got rid of the 1/2 altogether, okay? So in order to do that, they would have had to do opposites, or they could have done opposites. So what is that 1/2 doing with that whole group? Well, it's multiplying. So if they wanted to get rid of it, they could have done the opposite. So let's copy it down ourselves so we can try and see. They got rid of the 1/2, so they would have had to do the opposite, which is divide by 1/2. I know there's another way to do this. If you know another way to do it, it's okay. Okay, but let's see what happens here. Opposite of multiplying by 1/2 is dividing by 1/2, and I've freed up 3p minus 5 just like this student did. Yay! So I should get the same thing that they got. And you might say, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do 2 divided by 1/2. That's okay. If you don't know how to divide fractions by hand, you can do it in your calculator. So I will do 2 divided by, and push the n over d button to put in a fraction, 1/2, and I get 4. And you might say, how is that possible? You just divided. Well, guys, I just divided 2 things into halves. How many halves are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And so let's see, is that what they had? Yeah, they had 3p minus 5 equals 4, so their line 1 is something true. We're good. Now, look down at their line 2. They still have 3p left, so it looks like they got rid of the minus 5. So let's also ourselves get rid of the minus 5. So the opposite of subtracting 5 is adding 5. And if I were to do that, I would get, let's see, minus 5 and plus 5 are opposites. They cancel. 3p's alone. And then I will do this in my calculator because it is, oh, look what I did. Oh, I tried to make the same mistake as the student, you guys. Oh, my land, what a good learning opportunity. Do you see what I did? Fired. I wrote 5 on both sides, but I broke the equal sign. I broke math. I did not do the same thing to each side, and so I would have gotten a wrong answer. Glad I caught myself. I shouldn't be adding 5 on one side, subtracting it on the other. I need to do the same thing on both sides. Plus 5, plus 5. And now I can see that it wasn't only Kate who can go wrong that way. It was this student too. 4 plus 5 is 9, not -1. There's where they went wrong. Line 2. And clearly, if even the math teacher could do it, you could do that mistake as well. So watch out for that really common issue. All right. Oh, I liked that. I did not do that on purpose, you guys. Clearly, the 5th video of the day is too many videos of the day, and I should go do something else because my brain is fried. All right. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and post them in our Facebook group where you can get answers right away. And otherwise, happy learning.